What's up, guys? This is Jeremy with Gadgetel.com, and today I'm going to show you a little bit around the new Android market. Google just started pushing out the new version of the Android market to Android smartphones that are running Android 2.2 and later. You can check your phones right now, see if it's gotten to you yet, but if it hasn't, you can download a APK file and just install it like you would any other application. It'll replace the old application and it'll be right there on your phone. So there's a lot of changes with this new version of the Android market. First thing that comes to mind, besides this gray color scheme they have going on, are these categories for apps, games, books, and movies. And you see that they're color coordinated. So if I were to do a general search, let's just say if I wanted to search for Bioshock, and I click on that, and then it'll separate everything into its own respective categories. Now, of course, a lot of this has nothing to do with Bioshock. Also, the art of listening, maybe it does, I don't know. But if it were a movie, you see that the category is in red, the price is in red. If it's an app or a game, the price will be in green, and if it was a book, it will be in blue. So that's nice. Once you learn the different colors and you become accustomed to it, then you will know immediately what the app is before actually even reading it. So it's a more visual experience here. And also you can see here movies. Movies are something new. You can rent movies right here on your device. One such movie, Watchmen. Another such movie down here is The Lincoln Lawyer. So if I wanted to check out The Lincoln Lawyer, just click on it, and it's $3.99 to rent. It tells you how long the movie is, what's its rating, a little synopsis about it, cast and credits. Go down. You can also preview it, and you can read reviews. So if I wanted to look at a trailer for it, it'll open up in YouTube, and it'll start to play. See if you like it or not, and then go rent it if you like. So let's just jump into a category here. Let's go into books. So you click on books, and then you'll see that it's a lot of different categories. You're automatically going to come to the feature category, but if you swipe to the left, you can also see that you can pick by biographies, children's books, computers and internet, fantasy fiction, history, humor, lifestyle, and there's so many different categories that you can choose from. And of course, here's the featured books. See, right now we have Then You Came, New York Times Bestsellers. Let's just see what's on that list. You can see that these are the New York Times bestsellers right here. And if we go back, now here's another thing. You may not like this grid format, because you see you have this big rectangle promoting this book here, and then you have two smaller triangles. You got rectangles right here for Sex on the Moon, and then there's even smaller rectangles that separates the New York Times bestseller list and Before I Go to Sleep. Then you have another big rectangle, and it would be understandable if you looked at it and say it looks a little, they almost look like ads, which can be a bit of a turnoff. But to its credit, even if it's not aesthetically pleasing to the eye, it still gets the functionality down. It still makes it easier to find things, even if you don't like the way it looks. Now you can also check out the top selling books, the top free books, and new arrivals. Now all this goes into Google Books, I believe, and you can't preview a book or buy a book unless you have the Google Books application already installed. Now here's the interesting thing about this list, about this setup right here. This is the same for books, it's the same for apps and games. Let's just go to another category. Let's just go to movies. And once that loads up, okay, let's move along to top rentals. Now you see this format that they have here, straight up and down, 2-column format. It looks exactly like the Amazon App Store. Let's just check that out really quick. So we'll just leave this application and let's just go to the Amazon App Store. And here you go. This is the same grid format, 2 columns, all right here. Go back to the oops, go back to the Android market, and if you don't look close enough, you would swear that it was the exact same thing. A lot of people have said that Amazon's a lot better at displaying their content in their app store than Google has been in the Android market, and it's clear that Google took some tips from Amazon. Not in this featured setup, the way that the rectangles are all over the place, but when it comes to looking at a bunch of content all on the same page like this definitely have Amazon App Store written all over it. Okay, so let's go into games right now, and in pretty much no matter what category you pick, the look is going to be the same. Your featured is all going to have this grid format with these different size of rectangles, and you're always going to have your categories. Some categories are fewer than others. You're going to have a lot of different genres when it comes to books, fewer genres when it comes to games. And once again, here's your grid format, your 2-column format right here, and the prices are a certain color depending on what category you're in: games, movies, apps, books. And if I wanted to buy Cut the Rope, you can see that I can scroll through the images like this. I can click on one and say, oh, there it is, and just swipe through, swipe through, swipe through. You also have your description. You can look at the trailer, which once again will take you to YouTube to watch the trailer. Reviews, and send emails, visit the webpage, related apps. Flag is inappropriate, but Cut the Rope is very appropriate for everybody. Very fun physics-based game, 99 cents. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what the new Android market is all about. Not too thrilled with this front page, and maybe it's just me because I'm looking at this Watchmen, this picture right here, and maybe it's just me, but it looks like it's not quite the resolution. I don't know if it's this, if it's the phone and its screen, or if they just didn't use a good quality picture, but it looks a little grainy. But at the same time, if I go to, and say another movie, let's just go to the movie category. If I go to another movie category, you know, Limitless, this picture looks a lot better. It actually fills the entire rectangle, as opposed to Watchmen over here, which is just like a square. You have all this extra space. But it is new. Google always changes things. They improve upon it all the time. And like I said, may not be the most pleasing thing to look at least not to me, but it is a lot easier to search for things. A lot of things still will get buried under the sheer number of apps, but at least it's more manageable. Before I go, I'm just going to show you a little bit of the books here. Well, let me go into Google Books, because I downloaded a sample of the BioShock Rapture book, and you see it's right there. And if you use Google Books before, you know what to expect. You just swipe through, swipe through, swipe through, swipe through. And you know, once again, you have to have Google Books installed in order to preview a book or buy a book. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the new Android market coming to you very soon, if it hasn't reached you already. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, because they're not going back to the old format. So until next time, this is Jeremy with Gadgetel.com. See you later.